Welcome back to another video. If you're a roofing company that's looking to do keyword research for your Google Ads account, you came to the right place. So this is our upscale digital account. So I'm just gonna use that as a sample to show you how we can do keyword research. And let's dive into the first thing we want to look at. So before I even jump into just using this keyword planner in Google Ads, I will let you know that you can also use Ahrefs, Ubersuggest, Google Autocomplete, SEMrush. There are a lot of other keyword research tools, but this one is probably going to be the most accurate. It's not 100% accurate even within Google. That's why we at Upscale Digital use a number of tools to come up with a keyword strategy for you if you end up working with us. But this is good enough. Google has a lot of data, and you're in pretty good hands here. But if you end up working with us, we do a whole plethora of other things to make sure that you're targeting the right keywords. But as a roofing company, of course, we would want to start with a branded campaign. What is a branded campaign? Let's take a look. For example, this roofing company here in New Jersey. They're called Elite Roofing Contractor. So if we were to set up a campaign, we would look to see if anyone is searching for your company name, Elite Roofing NJ, and then we type it in, get results. So here you can see that anywhere between 10 to 100 people every single month look for this company, right? You can even see it with the actual location, Bayonne, New Jersey, right? It would cost them $7 to bid on their own name. It's a little expensive because in some categories, because it goes from $7 to $29. For my clients, I'm able to get them clicks at $5. Now you say, why do I want to bid on my own name? Isn't it stupid? Because anyway, people are going to find me on my Google business listing or go right to my website. Well, that's wrong. Sometimes people will Google your company, and they're going to find competitor Google ads of competitors, and they're going to click on that, and then the lead is going to go to them. So you're going to lose business. So you want to make sure you spend at least $200 to $300, $400, whatever you're comfortable within your budget, right? 10%, maybe 20% of your budget, 10 to 15, 20% of your budget on a branded campaign to make sure that you're capturing your repeat clients and they're not going to your competitors. So enough about that. Let's take a look at, so that's one campaign, right? You would set up. When you do your keyword research, that's a pretty easy campaign to set up. Now, the second one, you would want to do a near me campaign. So you would do roofer or roofing company near me. And of course, when I'm looking for it here, I'm going to get nationwide results. So 100,000 to a million people nationwide look for a roofing company near me, right? So how do we make sure we're not just capturing nationwide audience? Well, it's pretty easy. We set up your campaign. Once we work on the headlines, the negative keywords, adding the keywords, the keyword match type, which I'm going to show you later, we set up a radius. So if you work all over, let's say in New Jersey, for example, if you work all over New Jersey, we'll set the whole state. If you work in a 50-mile radius, we'll set a radius. If you want to work in only certain counties, certain cities, my experience is it's really easy to just do a county. For example, in New Jersey, I would do Bergen County, Hudson County, maybe Passaic County. People work in 3 counties mostly in my area, my immediate area. And that's that. And then it's much easier to just, pick up people who type in roofing company near me, but we make sure that they're located within the actual geographic location that we're targeting. So that would be your second campaign. So branding campaign number 1. Second one is a roofing company near me or roofer near me, right? We would set up 2 keywords, and we want to make sure we don't have too many keywords in one campaign. So we call it a SKAG, single keyword ad group campaign. And it's usually more than one. It's called SCAG, but it's like 2 to 3 keywords per campaign. The third campaign, which would be probably more interesting to you, is roofing installation. So I'm in New Jersey, right? So if you're a company in New Jersey, and we work with companies all over the country, so don't hesitate to contact us if you need assistance. If you're, in New York, if you're in Florida, if you're in California, it doesn't matter where. We have clients nationwide. So roofing installation NJ for New Jersey. So I'll type that in and let's see what we get. So roofing installation New Jersey is not a big keyword, so maybe it's roofer. So we'll type in roofer NJ. Okay, so that has a lot more searches. So the right keyword here, and this is what we do. We do discovery, right? We type in what we think would be the right keyword, then we type in another keyword and we find out which is the right one. So roofer NJ is the #1 keyword that all companies in New Jersey are going to want to bid for. So up to 10,000 people per month search for this keyword. The cost is around $12 to $48. It's quite expensive. What we would do here is make sure that you're around $15 to $20 at the most per click. And we have a lot of strategies that we can employ here to do that. I can't cover it in this video because this is simply keyword research strategy kind of video. So you can even see there are a lot of searches in New York, New Jersey, Edison, New Jersey, but it's quite competitive. You have clicks going all the way up to $60, $50. It's a very competitive market. So that's your third campaign. With a brand new account, I'm going to show you why you want to go broad first, and then you want to do a phrase match. So I'm going to go over that in a second. But the other campaign, #4 campaign you do is roof repair, NJ. These are obviously smaller jobs, but can lead to a bigger job. And we can see here that you're paying just as much per click for repair kind of keyword as you do for installation. So if it was me, I would go for the installation campaign first. Of course, with this kind of cost per click, you want to make sure you're around $80 to $100 minimum per day. You would want to, make sure that you're not stretching yourself too thin. What do I mean by that? Setting up 4 campaigns right out of the gate. If you have a budget of less than $3,000, it's not going to work. You're going to be getting a few clicks here, a few clicks there. So what you want to do is make sure that you dedicate at least $80 to $100 per day to an installation campaign. If your total budget is $3,000 and we're focusing on one campaign and we want to make that campaign great. So of course we want to also focus on high paying jobs, right? A repair job may not be as profitable as an installation job, and Google Ads, to be honest, it's expensive, but you can definitely get jobs from Google Ads. You just have to prioritize and not stretch your budget too thin. What else did I want to take a look at? So here's an example for service that you don't want to do, like roof inspection, right? Roof inspection is very low volume, not enough searches. The clicks are expensive, and I imagine that you're not making a lot of money for inspections like you do for installation. So that's what you don't want to target on Google Ads. It's totally fine for you to do that elsewhere, right? If you get a repeat client or you have a referral, that doesn't cost you money. So on Google Ads, you want to make sure you only go for the jobs that are going to be highly profitable because it is expensive. General rule of thumb, if it's $10 a click, you want to have a daily budget of at least 10 times your cost per click. So 10 times 10 is $100 per day. And that goes back to our $3,000 budget per month. You technically could start with a smaller budget, not too much. I don't take on clients unless they have an ample budget because I just won't be able to get them results. So the other thing I want to show you is if we set up a campaign, let's say, and let's say we want leads and we're going to go next. Just want to show you quick search, and then we're going to say lead forms, and we're going to not even name this because we're just going to go. So the first thing we want to do is max clicks, and we'll set a max click of, let's say, $20. We'll go next. Location, let's just say New Jersey for now. So we'll set that up, and I just want to get to the screen where we can actually put some keywords in. Okay, so here is an example of, like where we would type in our keywords. So we saw that we need, roofer NJ, and then we'll say roofing company NJ. Okay, that's our general campaign. But if my budget was really, really thin, I would go for the higher intent keyword, which is roofing installation NJ. And what I can do here is put roofing installation company NJ and roofer installation NJ. So I'll go to the next screen just to show you what I mean. Let's put our budget, let's say go with the average, for example. And then we're going to see if we can go to get it published. We might have trouble publishing it right now because we're not able to go back. So I'm gonna try to show you this. See if I have any other, I might have to go to another, okay. So here it is. So because this account is not live, it might give me a problem, but here I got to the screen that I wanted. So what do these match types mean? This is very important. When you have roofing installation company NJ, a broad match will pick up any keywords like roofing installation. If someone just types in roofing installation, it'll capture that on a broad match, right? It'll capture even roofing NJ. The reason we want to go broad on a new account is because it's hard to get a brand new account going. If you don't have an account already, it's really hard to get an account going with a phrase or an exact match. So we want to go broad. Now we pay a little bit of money to get some data, but that's okay because once the account is ready to go, then you're getting leads all the time. So that's not a problem. Now, a phrase match will only get a portion of this, like roofing installation NJ, some of it. Broad match will get just so much more. Like someone just types in roofing company, it'll get that. Here I will try to get, on a phrase match, I will try to get as much as possible from this keyword, and then exact match will only get roofing installation company NJ if someone types in that exact keyword. Now we're going to start with broad, then we move over to phrase, and we see how we do with it. Sometimes we do really well with phrase, so we never go to exact. When we go to exact, we don't get as many clicks and searches, so we want to make sure that we're not going too niche and not getting any traction. What's the other thing I wanted to tell you? So we discussed broad match, phrase match, and exact match. Now there's a certain time that you go from broad to phrase. Usually in the first week we go broad, we get some data. Week 2 we go to phrase, and then we kind of monitor and see how it's doing over the next couple weeks. And we usually don't go to exact unless we absolutely have to. That's pretty much in a nutshell how you do keyword research for a roofing company. There is a lot more that goes into it, like your actual headlines that we would create an ad, negative keywords, your landing page, quality scores, so much, your images, your assets. There's so much that goes into this, but it's not the kind of video where I'm going to discuss everything. Just wanted to show you quickly how to do quick keyword research for a roofing company, and I'm sure this was helpful for you. If you need assistance, fill out the form in the description. We'll jump on a call and we can assist you with getting a lot of leads from Google Ads. I'll see you guys soon.